Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I am Dewi Indah Kusuma will explain about comparison of fiction translation. Here I provide three applications of translator. There are Google Translate that we uh, can say as GT, and then Bing Translator BT, and Sedera Translate RT, and then one AI ChatGPT, and then one human translation we can call as HT. And the first is before I explain more detail, I will introduce myself. My name is Dewi Indah Kusuma. Um, I am from 2021 A class, and this is translation course. And the first here, I provide the crying stone text, batu yang menangis in Indonesia. The short text, short language is English here. Once upon a time, in a small village in Borneo Island, there lived a mother and her daughter. The daughter was popular among villagers because of her beautiful face, but she has bad behavior. She always spent her time in front of the mirror, admiring her beautiful face. She never helped her mother to fulfill their daily needs. The doctor always made her mother sad. However, the mother still loved her very much. So this is the fact. And in the first, we can see there is a difference. In the GT, we can say pada suatu ketika, BT dahulu kala, and then sederet sekali pada suatu waktu, and AI pada suatu waktu, and human translation di suatu waktu. We can say this is literal translation or the apa ya, the really meaning, arti yang sebenarnya. I think GT use a common word and BT more flowing and literally. Dahulu kala itu kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia lebih mengalir gitu ya. Terus and then RT more unique and uncommon. And I think rare people say sekali pada suatu waktu. It is uncommon. And then ChatGPT pada suatu waktu and human translation di suatu waktu. It is simple but still flowing. And the next is Borneo Island. Borneo Island we can call as adaptation to be a Pulau Kalimantan atau adaptasinya di Indonesia sebagai Pulau Kalimantan. But in the RT we can say Pulau Borneo. Pulau Borneo. It's a GPT also Pulau Borneo. And then there are implicasi. In the SL, we can find there, but in the GT, BT, RT, and then AI, we cannot find that. Only in HT. Di sana hidup, di sana ada kata di sana, tapi kalau di sini tidak ada. Jadi there itu artinya di sana. And the fourth, her doctor, it's literal translation is anak perempuannya. But if we use anak perempuannya, I think that is not flow. So kaku. But in the sederet can use putrinya is like lebih sastrawi. And then AI still use anak perempuannya, and human translation, I don't know why I still use anak perempuannya, but I think sederet is good, use putrinya. And the next is same, number 5 is same, but number 5 is good enough because not all of the application or AI or human use anak perempuannya, they choose putrinya here, and putri itu and sang anak perempuan, there are many choice about that. And then we go to number 6. Popular. Popular, we can use literal translation, but human translation use terkenal, not popular. Maybe terkenal is more unique, more not unique, but more easy to understand, common. And the next is among. Among, the meaning is di antara, but here there are GT, BT, and RT not use di antara, but di kalangan. And ChatGPT and human translation, only ChatGPT and RT use di antara. Yes. Here. Di kalangan in GT is a calque of among that retain the same meaning in certain contexts. However, in RT and EA still use literal translation. I think this is most suitable if we use di kalangan based on the context, not di antara. And then number 8, there are amplification. In English, her beautiful face, but in Indonesia we can say wajahnya yang cantik. This is adding yang here, yang. But I think without yang, the sentence is good also. Like literal translation, namun, GT say namun, and then Bing say tetapi, and sederet tapi, and then AI tetapi, and human tetapi. I think tetapi is good instead namun. And the next is C, number 10. Here there is C, but in the text is langsung, directly, perilakunya yang buruk, bukan dia perilakunya buruk. No. This is same with human translation, but in Bing, sederet, and AI, there is still here. And then number 11, many applications say perilakunya also, and perilakunya, but human can say ahlak. Ahlak is more nuance, or there is taste there, not only perilaku. And then next number 12, in front of, we can say di depan, and then di depan, but human can say di hadapan. I think di hadapan is more apa ya, lebih mengena gitu, di hadapan cermin, seperti itu. And her beautiful face, this is same with number 8. And number 15, there are there, but in the wait for the moment. There appear in SL but not in TL, GT. Jadi in the GT there is not appear. See, only appear in BT, RT, and AI. Okay. And next, the daughter. This is same with number 4, I think. And then number 17, whoever, we can translate to be a namun, or namun, meskipun, In the Google Translate, this is good. Meski begitu. And then in the Bing and sederet, and then AI, still namun. And the unique part is in the human, walaupun begitu. This is very, very good. And then number 18. 18, this is a same, but Google Translate, being is good. There are sang ibu, not only ibu, but also there are sang. And then this is same with human translation, sang ibu. And the last is still love her very much. Number 19. Sang ibu tetap sangat menyayanginya. Sang ibu masih sangat mencintainya. Ibu masih sangat mencintainya. Ibu masih sangat mencintainya. Tetap sangat menyayanginya. This is same. This is we can call as literal translation. The common translation, but there are very, very on the word, choosing the word. This is for the crying stone, batu yang menangis. Now we go to the Danau Toba, Dongeng Danau Toba, the legend of Toba Lake. The short language is Indonesia and target language is English. There are a same three translation application, and then one AI and one human translation. The first word ada, we can look here. GT there was, BT there was, RT there is, the ChatGPT there was, and human translation is there a implementasi or implementation. There is no that. So this is there are different in the grammar. Here there is and there was, but the meaning is still same. And the second is pondok sederhana. You can look here, simple hut, and then simple cottage, simple hut, ordinary hut. This is same. I think this is application. Oh, sorry. Literal translation. And there are amplification here, leaf, because in the short text there is no leaf here, only ada seorang pemuda di pondok sederhana, but in human translation to be a young man lived in an ordinary hut. Ada tambahan di sini. And the next, di kaki bukit di tepi sungai. There are many result of translation here, but I think this is still a literal translation. Foot of the hill by the river, foot of the hill by the river, foothill on the bank of the river, foot of hill by the riverside, foot a hill by the river, and anything. And number five is there is amplification atau tambahan. Is, was, and then was. This is this word have grammatical function. So in Indonesia we can say dia bahagia, but in English we cannot say she happy, but we must add the to be there, that is present or past, like is MR or was verb. And the next is number 6, setia here, loyal, and or fightful. This is still literal translation. And the next we go to number 7. Number 7 still literal translation. I think this is did not, but in the RL and AI and human, there are abridgment or singkatan, jadi didn't, not did not. And the next is number 7, ladang, fields, and field. fields, fields, field. This is a same literal translation, but there are adding s after field. This is a change grammatical function. And the next is D here to be in, but in the AI, it chose by, not in. I think by is interesting, yeah. So the text is not monotone. And the next is di tepi sungai. Di tepi sungai, like before I say in the number 4. And the next is dia duduk. Dia duduk here in the GT. He said. He said. He is sitting. And then he said. He said. This is the difference is in the tenses that use. Many of the result is used past tense, but here in the sederet use present continuous. And then batu besar. Batu besar, there are many variation here. In the GT, we can say large rock. Also in the pink, large rock. And in the sederet, big rock. And in the AI, large rock. And in the human translation, we can say big stone. But I prefer big rock. Yes, this is literal translation. And then tangkai. Tangkai here there is implikasi because the tangkai is only in the pink, the stem, but in the GT and then sederet and AI and human there is no tangkai in TL in English. Yes, I think. And the next is kail. Kailnya here there is a hook and then same hook and fishing rod and apalagi ini angler. This is a literal translation. And then there are implication number 15 eat. There are many eat here in the GT, in the RT, in the what's it here in the human there is he, but here there is no subject there, but there are amplification. And then feel here feel and then feel ada feels, feel again and feel. This is the tenses that use is different, so it is never mind. And then we go to dimakan, number 18. There is different in the tenses also. This here was being eaten, and then was eaten, are eating, and then being nibbled, and then was eaten by. So very funny. We can use as the time here, and then cepat-cepat. Cepat-cepat, quickly, and then hurry up. And there is comma here. In the short text, there is no comma. We can say this is amplification. And then quickly, there is comma here, amplification on AI and then on sederet. And next, quickly only, there is no comma here. I think comma is important to make the text is clear. And the next is ditarik, pull out, and then pulled and then pulled. There is different in the tenses that use only. And the next is pancingnya. Here, pancing is there are many kind of that. Fishing rod, fishing line, and what's it? His angler. There are many kind of that. And then dengan gembira, number 25. Number 25, we can look at the AI here, and with joy, with joy. This is literal translation. But in the GT, BT, RT, and human, there is no that. They just use happily, happily, and then gladly and happily. Yes, this is based on the preparation. And then this is same took, took, and then took also, and then broke. The human use broke, not took. And number 31, there are he, but in the short text there is no he. We can say here as amplification to clarity that. And then in the number 33, diletakkan, we can say placed, put, and then placed and put. There are two kind of that. This is a best, we can say as literal translation. And there are amplification, it, because in the short text is there is no it, and we can put that to give clarity, to give a clear, the text is clear. It here and it, it, and this is only in human translation, there is no it. And then setelah itu literal translation, after that, all of same, all human translation use then. And but in the AI we can find comma here after that, comma. It is interesting. And the last is bumbu, spices, seasonings, spices, some spices. This is literal translation. And but in the human translation, there are some. This is amplification because in the short text is there is no beberapa bumbu, no, but the translator gives this here. That is about two texts. The first is Crying Stone. The second is Dongeng Danau Toba. I will give a conclusion from for three application and one AI and one human translation. Google Translate produces a translation that mostly accurate, but lack fluency and cohesion. The sentences are often choppy and don't flow well. Jadi Google Translate itu masih literal, masih kaku, tetapi secara kata biasanya benar. Cuma kalau untuk fiksi, for fiksi is not very interesting, kurang menarik. Jadi rasa-rasanya kok kaku ya gitu. And Bing Translation produces a translation that is more fluent and cohesive than Google Translate. The sentence flow better and more natural sounding. However, it is used some awkward pressing and may not fully capture idiomatic expression. I think Bing is good, better than Google Translate, and it can understand about unique phrases, I think. And Sedera Translate produces a translation that is accurate, fluent, with good cohesion between sentences. It captures core meaning, but many like some idiomatic expression. This is same with Bing. There are lack in idiomatic expression, but still better than Google Translate. And ChatGPT offer more context-aware translation that capture the EDE sense of the short text while expressing in a culturally appropriate manner. Translation cohesive, maintaining word choice and structure from short text with contribute clarify and understand. ChatGPT is more interesting because it can make suitable with the context, with the culture, and can give mechanic if the short language is there is no mechanic, and it can give mechanic and the tag will be clear. And human translation produce translation that is accurate, fluent, and cohesive. The sentence flow well and natural sounding, and convey the core meaning while using idiomatic expression to enhance narrative. So yes, this is sure human translation is have a taste, and we can say interesting because there are many choice of word that can give there. And in the term of cohesion, all machine translation, Google, Bing, and Sederet maintain a good level of word-to-word cohesion, ensuring the message is clear, but they may lack some idiomatic expression and culture nuance. And ChatGPT provide more context-aware and cohesive translation, but still same lack some cultural nuance compared to human translation, which excel in both mechanic and culture appropriate. So it can be concluded that human translation is the best way to translate fiction, in my opinion. I think that is for today. I'm so sorry if there is mistake about the comparison of fiction translation. See you next time, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.